With one of the chief complaints of the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, I decided to take a look at one of the most innovative batteries and compact sizes available out there. Let's take a look and see the specs. This battery is rated at 7.4 volts, 6600 amp hours, 48.8 watt hours. It also has a USB output of 5 volts and a DC output that ranges from 6 to 8.4 volts. So I'm going to see if it can power the camera and the monitor while recording to an SSD. There's no battery installed, so we're going to just see how much and how far we can get along with this Powerextra battery. Like I said, it's one of the most innovative batteries out there because it does have those 2 ports. That's just insane. I've not seen a battery this style with those features. It feels solidly constructed. It doesn't feel like a cheap battery. It feels solid. There's the USB output, 5 volt, the DC, 6 to 8.4 volts. And it has this cool little indicator so you can check it and it'll tell you how much battery is left. It also comes with the USB cable. You can plug it in to power another electronic device. And it comes with a DC. So the weight of the battery is 11 ounces, which is really, really light compared to the OEM battery, which is 2.8 ounces. So we're looking at about 4 times. I'm using a Feelworld 5-inch monitor. One of the other chief complaints that people have is that the camera doesn't have a swivel or articulating screen. But with this monitor, we can just simply flip it around. And if you're a vlogger or somebody who needs to see yourself or see what you're recording from that view, you can just rotate it. It comes with this cool little arm. So this battery will not only power the monitor, but we're going to see if it can power the camera also. So there it is attached. Now I'll attach the DC output cable into the Weipu or to the Weipu. So now I'll attach the DC output of the battery directly to the power port on the camera and see if it's able to power it. Let's turn it on and let's see. We got power. It's going to be recording to the SSD, and as you can see, it's at ProRes HQ 4K DCI. Recording to a 500 gigabyte SSD. There we go. It's recording. I'll be checking back and let's see how long it lasts. As you can see, it is recording. The audio meter is going. All right, so here are about an hour and 8 minutes later. Sorry, it's a little out of focus. But as you go along, if you're wanting to check your battery life, it's already gone down 2 bars or 2 dots. So I'm going to use a laser thermometer. I'm going to point it directly towards the vents, the exhaust vent, to see the temperature. The temperature was 102 degrees. And with that, we came to the end of the battery life, and at an hour and 27 minutes. So our second test, I'm going to do the Raw 4.1, and it's going into the power port. So I'm going to get it all hooked up, put the battery into the monitor, and I'm going to attach the DC cable to the power port of the camera. See if it turns on. And there we go. You could see it's at Raw 4.1 4K DCI. Once again, I'm recording to an SSD, 500 gigabyte, and let's see how it goes. So checking back at it, at an hour and 37 minutes, the power died. The third test I'm going to do from the battery to a dummy battery, and we're still going to be going in Raw 4.1. So I'll put the battery into the monitor, put the dummy battery inside the camera, and plug in the DC cable. And let's see if it powers it on. Okay, the camera's on. being powered by the battery for the monitor. We're in RAW 4.1 4K DCI, recording to SSD, and here we go. Let's see how long it lasts. So at 1 hour and 37 minutes, I was running towards the end, so I had to switch from the SSD to the SD. So I unplugged it, and the SD inside had 43 minutes, so I started from there. So we had 1 hour and 37 minutes on the SSD, and now we're at 28 minutes of the SD drive. And at that point it dies. So the combined recording of the SSD and the SD is 2 hours and 5 minutes. Impressive. I think that this battery is the best solution for powering your camera on the go. 2 hours and 5 minutes via a dummy battery, recording RAW to an SSD. And remember, this eliminates two of the chief complaints of people out there. You'll have a monitor that you can articulate, that you can rotate, and you'll have great battery life. And this battery only costs $22 on Amazon and about $26 on eBay. So, man, if you have a better solution that's lightweight and kills two birds with one stone, I'd like to hear about it. So folks, until next time, make sure you subscribe to this channel, check out the blog, subscribe there. Until next time, keep the magic alive. Take care.